I'm recording. Okay, let me just share my screen quickly. Can you see?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I can go on because I can see everyone is coming in.
Yes,
yeah,
you can continue.
Let me just introduce myself. My name is Talifhani. I'm the CEO and Managing Director here at Analytics Advertising. We call ourselves the Africa Silicon Valley. We are basically a science company behind consumer analytics, consumer communication. Some people used to view us as a creative agency, some used to view us as a consulting, some as a data science, but we are a combination of all of that. And what I can say is we are more of a consulting and execution company. So we would find the problem, diagnose the problem using numbers, data, looking at what's in there, and try and create opportunities and how to communicate those opportunities. You use the creative. So we have a team of data scientists, team of creatives, and consultants and software developers. So we are a growing company in Africa right now. We're making a lot of trends, and that's why I'm here now to share some of the opportunities that I have seen. And maybe if based on your questions, I'll be able to answer some of them if I know the answers. Just to take you through what analytics advertising is, we're a digital transformation partner for emerging and large enterprises. We work with a lot of large enterprises, but we started small as well, working with small businesses and personal brands and growing our way up to now working with large corporations. But now we can say we found home because data science works better with large data, with big data. So we have a combination of data science, tech developers, and a creative team. Our mission is to provide targeted and matched quality content for digital platforms and provide maximum exposure. So what we mean by this is we want to communicate with customers. We want to drive campaigns, but it's not just any campaign. It's a targeted campaign that is coming from the insights internally and market analytics. And this is an opportunity that we saw in the market and we are growing in. And our goals is to provide successful multidisciplinary services to clients and retain renewal of services for completed projects. So if we are going to be at our excellence and execute these projects at the highest level, we know that way, that's how we're going to secure ourselves in the industry and remain relevant and continue working with large enterprises. And that's what we've been doing. So the main topic of today is the importance of data science within digital transformation. I want to take you on a journey of digital transformation, probably already know, and then introduce how this is fitting best with data science, and then also tell you how we use data science within our business and how digital transformation turbo boosted our business. And from there, I can get questions and I'll probably be able to answer more stuff. I might miss some of the information that I have to share with you because there's just so many things that I'm acquiring, I've been learning and doing in the business. So digital transformation is nothing than a process of using digital technologies to create new or modify existing. So let's think about before computers. There used to be these machines that they used to type in schools and then they print out and then you write your exam. And then computers came, apparently they removed some of the guys who were specializing in those machines. I don't know what they call them. I forgot them. But that was also transformation. So digital transformation is you are using system to either create new things or you are modifying what's already existing. You can think about when you walk in Pick and Pay right now. The point of sale system they're using, it's so automated that you get a receipt so quick, and it's connected to the banking system, and then you get your receipt and you can swipe your card. That's transformation. Previously, we used to get a written invoice, So digital transformation is nothing than advancing the current system or creating a new platform that can add value to the new, which is what is happening right now. So this digital transformation is happening within business processes, within our cultures, how we live and how we do things. Like we used to light candles, now we use electricity. We used to live without phones, and now we have data, and that's transformation. It's adding value to how the current system, so it's modifying existing. And the customer experience has changed. As we go deeper, we'll get to I'll get to explain what I mean by that. So I didn't want to go into deeper detail. I just wanted to just highlight what this digital transformation is. Probably we all know, but now taking it to data science. So digital transformation begins and ends with how you think about and engage with your customers in business, right? So I'm going to focus mainly on business because that's where I am. It's all about customer journey, customer experience. And you want to understand how customers are thinking, what are they thinking, or what do they want before they know they want it. That's where you want to be, and how you get there. As you leverage from digital transformation, there's so much data online that can allow you to track trends of how customers are behaving. The same way you track trends within a business, where, for example, Woolies, when you get to Woolies, they ask you for that card, the reward card, or when you get to Macro, they ask you for that card before you buy anything. That's just nothing than to understand purchasing behavior. When a person like Ryan comes in at this age and this level, there's similar people like him. When they come in, what else do they buy in the business? Or when they buy this and this and this, where else can we sell them? What's the other? When we analyze their basket, where else can we see opportunity? That's the whole point behind this digital transformation in business. So it begins and ends with customer. The old model was to wait for customers to come find you. You would have a structure and hope customers will walk in and or call in using that yellow pages. That's how it used to be. But now you find the customers see you online. They go on your Instagram, they see your numbers, they see your email, they just text you. Things have changed. Progressive companies, they embrace social media. They are on social media, and they are growing with the transformation. And these are companies that are leveraging from growth. And companies like us, you have never seen us on TV talking about advertising analytics advertising. You've never seen us on radio talking about this, but digitally alone, because there's a surge of market in that place, we were able to grow in it. It shows there's a huge opportunity that was transformed from the existing that we can now leverage from. So progressive companies leverage from, they embrace social media as a chance to extend their services offering by meeting customers on their platforms of choice. How do they do this? Like us, we mainly do this for large enterprises. So we can easily scrap sentiments of customers online. We can go on Twitter, we've got APIs, so we can scrap sentiments of how customers are perceiving a brand. I don't want to mention a name because you are recording this. So whatever brand it is, we can track what you guys are commenting. When you comment, what do you say? So we have different systems that we use to track different things, but we can easily track your sentiments based on guys saying, I hate this campaign, I hate this product, I don't like how they are doing this, I actually love this, I don't know. Based on those words, we can tell you how people feel about a product or a campaign or whatever, and then we change the strategy to what you like. Sometimes we can even create, it's like saying, we can say, if you go online now, you will see this. So we can say, win 30,000 if you join this campaign where we're doing this. Sometimes what we're trying to understand is, let's say, let me give you an example of a campaign we worked on. Let's say a bank, right, says, if we give you 20,000, what would you do with 20,000? And people comes on Twitter, no, I would build a house, I would do this, I would do that, I would do that. That's our way of collecting information. So now we go back to the bank and say, look at what your customers are saying. Your customers want to renovate their houses. That's where the opportunity is. That's how we influence the client to now create a product about renovations. And the next thing you see, either getting SMSs or getting pops in on your social media saying, hey, new product, get a new product, get 20,000 credit card or something like that to renovate your house, something like it's how we had to understand the audience, the customer first, and had to create a product that will suit them. So it begins and ends with customer. But these are models that as a data science company, we need to be influencing companies to rely on, because they are based on relevant, reliable insights. So real transformation comes when you look at all available technologies and consider how adapting your business to them can give you customer better experience. So maybe all digital transformation platforms that are created now might not be suitable for your business, but it's all about understanding which one would work for me and help me build my business seamlessly or maintain this large corporation seamlessly. Yeah. So it might not be everything, but it's all about finding the better system for your business model that would work. And by definition, if you are not advancing, you are going out of business, period. There's a lot of paper companies that we know, and there isn't a lot of paper production by consumers happening anymore. It's so limited compared to how it used to be. Paper shifted to spreadsheet. Music stores are closing because we've got music on our phones. We've got iTunes, Spotify. We buy these things on our phone, 50 Rand per month. Why should I go and get a CD? You know, it's not creating new. It's a combination of new and advancing what's already existing, because music was already there, quality was already there, and it's now just advancing the current system. That's transformation within our culture, how we live now, how we consume music. We used to sit on TV from 5 to 10 p.m. And if you check now, the consumer experience is different. So we don't even sit like that anymore, which means if brands were spending 10 million a month on a TV adverts, like at 6 p.m., 7:30, 8 p.m., this generation, wow, they can't do that because there's no audience. Even if there is audience, the digital transformation now allows you to know which customer likes your product. So why would you go to a traditional media that tells you that we have 10 million viewers, but you don't know who's watching? Brands wants to know who is interested to us. You know, the digital transformation advances that, and that's why it's opening opportunity for us. When we come in as a data science company, we are able to explain data. We used to go to I remember growing up, we used to have these movie stores that it was so special to have a movie store card, you know. Like I used to look at some neighbors, they've got movie store card. They could go to and collect movies, 3, 4, 5 movies, and it was special. It was nice. But today we don't need that. We just need 100 Rand to log in on a TV, and we've got smart TVs, and we can just log in. That's transformation. And if you're not growing, you will be out of business. And this is not even like it's what it is. You will just be out. You just see yourself not performing. I've seen guys in business who just, I know because sometimes they are used to what was working, right? So some of them will just say, no, my business is just not working. I'm deciding to shut it down. I'm like, wait a minute. The customer is still there. It's just the way of communicating with the customer. It's not the same anymore. Advance your communication channel. How about you try this? Who is your customer? Who used to buy in your business? Why don't you try this channel? You know, leverage from transformation and That's how this digital transformation is. That's all it's about. And those companies that are slow to adapt, especially large enterprises, they will lose a big market share from the disruptive coming up companies, because we are hungry and we've got so much, we are so agile, when we've got so much energy and we can create so much beautiful things for free. You know what I mean? Like, if you can tell me, can you build this? I can build it for free. But a large corporation will tell you, no, give us 5 million to do POC. Man, if I am there and I'm saying I can do this for free, POC or not, I can do this for free, you'll end up coming with me. And that's how we are getting opportunities. That's transformation. And obviously, when we're talking about business, we also talk about skills. So as business analysts, as skilled people, we need to look at what are digital skills that I can advance my career on, because the traditional skills are not enough to help me maintain my career in where I'm going. What I mean is, if you were a data capturer, for example, and now there's a system that easily just scans and captures, and then data goes to the storehouse and then it's on AWS. We don't even need scanners anymore. Why would you are out of business? So if you're a data capturer, you should be thinking about what else can I add in my skills that will allow me to be relevant in the digital transformation. So this digital transformation, it's affecting everyone: business, culture, consumer experience. So I work with my father here, and he loves his work and he's so passionate. He's our cleaning manager and he makes our offices clean and all of that. But he knows our business in principle. He can tell you what we do. But his disadvantage is I can't talk to him via Zoom. Where he's going to start. So people like him, it's just that for him he's retired, so he's just doing it for me and all of that. But people like him are people who love their job, but they are not skilled enough to be relevant at the modern day. And if you are not more relevant, you would think that companies are just not employing, are just not this. To be honest, companies are looking for advanced skills that they do not have, that can help them transform with the economy. When you are looking for a job, don't say, I just need something, at least, it's not about you, it's about them. So when you are talking to a business, your job is to say, I have a diploma in data science. I studied this at Udemy. So I've been learning this and I've been learning Python. I think I've got interest in consumer analytics. And I look at your business and I see that you work with a large amount of data. I've been interested to a lot of digital, I think I will add value in this. If you speak like that, I can bet you right now, everybody's looking for an opportunity from somebody. And when you come in as a person who's begging, you are treated like a beggar. If you come in as a person who's coming to help, you've got opportunity. You can even tell the business, let me do this for 3 months for free. Let me learn what you guys have. Let me find the problem. If I'm not suitable, it's fine. Don't employ me. I'm coming in for free. I just want to use my skills in real work. I can bet you now, you won't struggle to find jobs. The problem about jobs is, as much as there's fewer jobs, as much as there's few opportunities right now, and it's because of digital transformation. But let me talk for the opportunities that are there. If you come in as a solution provider, you've got a chance, 51% chance. And you should surround yourself with people who talk positive. Like, you can't be, you know what I mean? There's this quote that I hear from somebody, okay, let me just say it, 50 Cent. He said, if I spend time with the person who have nothing going on, what kind of information can he give me? And I felt that, because if you spend so much time with somebody who just complains every day, you won't find solution. But if you spend time with people who are like me, talking things like this, you get to realize, oh, maybe I'm not lost. Maybe my business analysis skills is not bad. Maybe I just need to advance some Python there on my skills. Maybe I need to learn some AWS. Then you realize that you are on the right track. So digital transformation goes hand in hand with digitization. So digitization is using digitized information to make established ways of working simpler and more efficient. So this is where now you are now going digital and data is online, and all that information of how you communicate and all of that is online. Digitization isn't about changing how you do business. It's how you advance it. It's about keeping on, but faster and better. Now that your data is instantly accessible, not trapped in a file or cabinet. Previously, we used to see companies with a lot of storehouse, server room. And you see, when you walk in there, you're already feeling tired because it's like a hospital, for example. There's so many cabinets to put files. There's no need to put files today. There's drives online. There's cloud. When you come to analytics advertising, you just see chairs and tables. You know what I mean? Anybody can log in from wherever they are. We don't need cabinets. We're a digital company. Maybe this system might be advanced as well. Maybe we might not even need laptops in the future. Maybe we just need a phone that flips and then you type and then it can do all the programming on your Excel, however it comes. But let's grow with digital and digitization. It's all about automating the standard models or the traditional model, advancing it to a better way. Just like the point of sale system that I was talking about. I mean, it used to be so hard to capture information. Just think about OK Furniture. How many products were there at OK Furniture? How were they recording information? When I was growing up, we stayed next to a Coca-Cola warehouse. So I was used to the manager there. I've been like learning so much from very early. So I used to go and meet this manager and he will be signing his stock with a book, like ticking how much stock is there. Or now today you just scan, go to your system, Pastel or whatever you're using, check how much is there. That's digitization. You know, now when you walk in a store, that point of sale system just makes it easier for the business to move forward. It doesn't take a month to calculate stock. It takes a day or however it takes, but it's much simpler and easier compared to before. So companies need to employ such tools. So I know people will be saying, no, we will lose jobs. No, this is what will happen. If you are not advancing yourself, you will be irrelevant for the digital transformed economy at the time. And that's why it's so important that we all are aware that digital transformation, it's about culture, business, customers, and affects all other aspects. So we should be very much aware of advancing our skills and learning new things going on YouTube and learn what's happening, just to be aware and speak the talk, you know. And that's what I would say. Notice that the basic methodology of customer service didn't change. What this means is, think of a customer service, whether in a retail or file ops or a call center. Digitization changed the service forever by making customer records easy and quickly retrievable via computer. So it didn't change anything that used to be there. It's the same thing, recording information, stock counting, but now it's automated. And we don't need 10 people to count stock anymore. One system can do that. What we need is people who can analyze the stock and help us optimize our stock. Maybe when we get to another level, maybe we won't need system, we won't need people to optimize our stock. We would need guys to help us make basket analysis based on our stock. You know, so there's just so much change that if you're not advancing with it, you will keep on saying there's no opportunity. And also in this modern day economy, some companies were built before this time. So some of them, they won't really do well in the modern day. So we need more emerging companies like analytics advertising, for example. These are the modern day large corporations that people will be working in because they are working with large corporations and they're growing very fast and they are working with skilled people, you know? So we are that modern day company that somebody should look at and say, I want to be part of this guy. I want to be part of this transformation. And there's so much growth here because, I mean, we work in TransUnion, we work in PPC, we work in Old Mutual. These are large enterprises. And how do we close these deals if we are not relevant, you know? And this just shows you opportunities that are there now. So I had to mention this. Let me run fast now because I can see time. Difference between traditional and digital. You can see there's no longer the print materials. It's no longer big. Digital has substituted that. The print mail campaigns, reducing cost print. all of that. The billboards are not as huge because social media is taken over there in a lower cost. You don't even need, previously you would pay numbers to have somebody on the billboard advertising for a brand. Now you can talk to influencers. In our company, we've got a database of influencers. If we're running a campaign, we just call Mpumi or a funny chef or whoever who's relevant for that campaign and for that target audience. We talk to them, pay them 15K for a post. Do you know that we pay people 30,000 for a post, 15,000 for one post? And if you knew this, you would build your social media account. But maybe if you're not interested, but you would build yourself you would personalize your skill and somehow find leverage. We used to buy in the stores, brick and mortar business. Now this e-commerce take a lot. You see them disrupting the whole retail system. These guys are making numbers, and this is where we should look at and say, these are opportunities we should leverage from. And they are coming from digital transformation, digital opportunities, their YouTubes, their Facebooks, their Instagram. This is where the opportunities are. And we should grow with these things. So customer experience, I put this image because it explains sentiments. If business analysts, I'm sure some of you know about sentiments, and we're all about understanding how customers feel. So in our business, we always want to understand, based on a campaign, how customers are feeling about the campaign. Are we penetrating the right market? What are they saying? What's the tone of voice? What's the language they're using? Do they hate it? You can see with the smile, with the normal, with the negativity. We can then interpret whether the campaign will do well or not doing well, change the strategy, all of that. This is customer experience that we now collect on digital platforms. The way in which customers are communicating with brands has changed significantly. A more central change has taken place because of this communication shift. Customers' journey has changed. So now customers tell us what they want, and we create for them what they want. And previously we used to just create, and we thumb suck that they will come. Today they tell you, based on their content, based on where they spend most of their time, you can tell where the opportunity is or where the opportunity will be going to, and you start creating a product that will be leading there. When I say we are a data technology company, it's because I'm aware that's where the economy is shifting. And if I position myself in that quadrant, every business that needs data technology will be coming to me, will be coming to us, and I'm ready for them. It's me being proactive, moving before the economic trend and staying ahead of the game. And even personally, as a business analyst, you want to move ahead of the game, and you want to talk things that are not talked yet in the game. You want to understand what's the market analytics, what are customers saying, what's the customer experience outside, before you look at your internal data, internally what's happening. You want to be ahead, and that's how you stand out in the business. So what is data science? Data science it's a combination of scientific mindset, curiosity, business thinking, creativity, and pragmatic. So you're probably from somewhere in mathematics, statistics, data and text mining. You're probably from computer science, data management, MySQL, AWS. You're probably a data product design, like from all of that information. And what's interesting about data scientists is we never realize that data is also about visualization, because you have to be able to tell a story with your data. And you have to also be able to create a story based on the information. So if you are not able to interpret your insights in a way that you can communicate it, you are not there yet. So where we are a data scientist company because we are a combination of art and design, creativity, mathematics, computer science, development. So we are in the heart of that. And that's what data science is. If you are doing one of these or a combination of these, you are a data scientist. A data science combines scientific method, math, statistics, programming. If you want to learn this, you can go to Udemy. You can continue advancing your career. AWS is one big platform that is going to explode. And all this MySQL, Python, these are systems that are going to be the most talked about systems. So if you're a business analyst, I'm thinking you are thinking that way. You want to advance your experience in those. You don't want to be a theory business analyst who just talks from results, right? You want to talk from data-driven insights. And if you know systems, if you know how to program things, you will stand out in any job. A data science multidisciplinary approach and to extracting actionable insights from a large and ever-increasing volume of data. As everything is going to digital transformation, digitization, now we have enough data online or in our systems or in our cloud systems that is stored. So what does this data mean? We need data scientists or data business analysts to explain them, to analyze them, to craft the data, to clean the data. And this is where the opportunity is right now. So many businesses. Doesn't matter if others are more advanced. There are others in manufacturing and others that are still very way back. But if you put yourself in their position, you will stand out. And that's another thing that I want to focus on. If there is an opportunity in banking, why are you going in banking? It's like most of you guys want to go in banking. It's like there's something special there. There's nothing, it's the same. Work is the same, data is the same. I would rather go to even a law company and do business analysis because there's so much data in law and they probably don't even know that they can use it. And when you come in there, you stand out. It's all about brand extension, brand positioning, even personally, you know? And these are some of the tools we use: Python, SQL, Tableau, Power BI. You guys use the same thing, but you keep on advancing. We have AWS. Also, we store most of our data there and other systems. How we use data science in the business, mainly on predictive analytics. We want to predict how customers would react based on their own data, internal data of their consumption for a certain brand. We want to understand the basket when they buy. What else do they buy in the business? What else can we sell them? Can we sell them up, cross-selling, upselling, whatever? Diagnose the data, try and understand where is the opportunity, within which season can we promote this, where can we run a campaign? Customer analytics, understand customer experience, understand what customer wants, go on digital platforms, understand, scrap that data, advise the business, this is how you must move, this is how you must shift. A lot of these brands, they used to communicate right, create nice adverts, but they didn't know who they were talking to. And that's where we come in. We talk to a direct customer. If you're talking to an LSM4, let's talk to an LSM4 with a tone of voice for LSM4. And that's what we do. And this is some of the model that we found the gap. We look at the internal data, look at we also work with the bureau. We work with as soon as I talk about the bureau, you know, it's large amount of credit data. And we also work on alternative data sources for media analytics, just to check what can we give companies, you know. And this is what allows us to create a strategy plan for a corporate company and create a campaign, powerful campaign that will be executed and will stand out. And that's why when you see on the right-hand side here, I put social media analytics plus web analytics plus internal data equals campaign strategy. So basically we want to understand within social media analytics, within web analytics, internal data and external data, what can we create that will penetrate and communicate right with the customers, which takes me back to that digital transformation. The more we have data, digitization, the more we have data inside. Now let's understand the data and influence the business to create new models. If you are just going to do what the business has been doing, then you are at risk because you are not helping a business grow. And as a business analyst, the business is trusting you to come with a solution and a model that will help them be digitized and work faster, smarter, seamlessly. And if you are not bringing that, you are at risk. Your career is at risk, to be honest. I've seen that, and I've worked in corporates. I know it. They won't tell you, but that's what they're thinking. In their mind, they're thinking, this person, we employ them as a business analyst, but since they came here, they only tell us about price waterfall. They tell us what is happening in the business, but they don't really help us advance or grow our business. Why should we keep them? You know, so you are at risk. And I would say digital transformation affect business, personal cultures, and customer experience. So if you know personally you are a business analyst and you just have a programming skills in SaaS and maybe something else, advance your skills. Your competition is not where you're working. It's other business analysts that are out there that are fighting so much to know AWS, to know Python by heart. And one day you wake up and realize your skills is so irrelevant, you know? And that's where I'm thinking we should look at as business analysts. Let's start using digital transformation as an opportunity to grow and also help businesses that we work in to advance. Let's play a huge role. If you are a business analyst and you are in marketing and you feel like you would add more value in finance, start doing more finance business analysis, because you have to be passionate about what you do. And that's what will make you stand out. And that's how I close it. Or I would wait for more questions. And I don't know if I took most of your time, but I hope I got the message across.
Thank you so much, Mr. Banks. This was very insightful and very informative. I hope everybody also enjoyed, we're getting a lot of comments in the chat to say this was very interesting. They've learned a lot, during this talk. So I'll just go straight to the questions, and I've got Deborah's questions here, where she is asking, as a program director in an IT university, how can I position my students to think digital transformation from the ground up? What do I need to include in our curriculum? So these are two for Debs. Yeah. So the other one,
Yeah.
maybe you just want to answer.
Maybe let me answer and then you come back because I will forget. So yeah, I'm not a good capture of data anymore in my head. I just, I'm more of a thinker. So I lectured at Diamond Lane, right? And I saw how kids are, students are. So what I've learned over time is people won't grow if you don't push them to grow. So I would say how you put your planning, probably you're doing that Zoom things and now, but store your data on the drives, start communicating using this digital communication, force them to grow. And as you are doing this, as you're saying, no guys, you'll get your study materials on this drive. Please clock in this drive. Please check if you've got a notification for whatever on this system. You are slowly advancing them to be digital, to be tech savvy, to be digital ready. I mean, it's all about learning as you go, and you might not perfect it, but if you start pushing them to use, if you start using digital platforms to help them advance, instead of giving them papers or simple ways to present to them and say, this is what they prefer. Don't take what they prefer, try and help them take them somewhere. They will appreciate you later. Yeah. Next one.
All right, another one. Oh, another one from Debs before my colleague Sawan takes over on the other one. Could you please tell me how you would introduce data science for the analysis and optimization of customer, current and potential student experience in, sorry, somebody just dropped another one. And then it says here, so could you please tell me how you would introduce data science for the analysis and optimization of customer, current and potential student experience in academic institution within the current context of migration of e-learning?
Firstly, I would want to understand within the business what is working, what kind of students has been coming to us, and what topic have they been interested to, or what subject, what model, what modules they've been interested to in our business. If that's internal data, understanding what has been working for us. And then with that internal data, go to the market. What is working in the market? Which courses are doing well? Which courses can we introduce within our business that can help us attract more people or more students in our college or university? And then as you do this now, you start introducing your business using modules that are mostly preferred. Let's say data science is the new topic and it's the one that is being talked about. Advertise your college or your institution using data science. Go online, blast the targeted audience using data science, because data science, you've seen it as a new surge and you are providing that service and you think people will be attracted. Tell them that, hey, get a 3 months study free. If you study with us within the data science, and then you start paying whatever, get 40% discount when you do data science, or you start communicating within the topic that works based on what you saw internally. And that's how I think you would solve it. Yeah.
Okay. Julio is asking, what is your opinion on the digital transformation? What's your opinion on the digital transformation may also be a threat to our democracy, since traditional media like TV and radio rely on an advertisement that has been disrupted by digital marketing? Do you think that data colonialism and digital dictatorship may be a reality in the future?
It's definitely a reality in the future. And for now, traditional, they're still holding a big market share. I would say 60-40 or 70-30, 70 to traditional. But you can see a surge of digital growing, and it's definitely disrupting the systems that were working before, having presenters in the SABC, having journalists and all of that. All these guys will now have to do their journalism, news reading on YouTube. That's where the new opportunity is. The only thing is we need to now work with both until the one is substituted, and then you advance. But you can't jump to digital and leave the other if the first one was working. But based on what I've seen, brands used to invest millions of money on traditional. Now they're taking half of that money is coming to digital, and they're cutting their budgets. Digital is telling them which customer is liking their products, where are they based, and all of this. So they are starting to love more digital, which means SABC and all other businesses that were monopolizing and they were kinging, they are now affected, highly affected, period. And I think there's a new opportunity that we must now grow personally. If we are studying anything media, and there's in September, you will see I will be blasting your TV in traditional, because I'm working with independent media guys. They want us to develop a independent media analytics, and we have already started. So these guys promised me that they're gonna put me in all their newsrooms. So I'll be on SAFM everywhere, talking independent media analytics and how the penetration is going, which is interesting. And that's another market that I'm looking in. Yes.
All right, thank you so much. I think there was another question that was very, very interesting. I know we have a lot of questions and we're running out of time. You know, somebody posted and asked.
Can't you increase time? I'm still here.
So somebody asked, how does the Poppy Act, right, impact your space right now? We know that the Poppy Act has gone out during this week. How does it impact your space?
We're a data science company. Obviously, we are affected, but we don't sell things. We don't send people emails and things like that and do email marketing. What we do is we work with the data insights that the companies are getting already. And when we scrap data online and all of that, it's not like we're sharing it or we're doing what. We work with what's working already. And when we share this, we're sharing insights. We're not sharing data here, and this person did this, we're just sharing the movements along that. So as much as it affects us, we are playing within the law. We don't have to show who said this. We don't communicate directly to customers. But what we do, if that's the case with looking at the PPC cement model that we built for them, we would ask for your consent before you join Show Rewards on the PPC website. When you join there, we would ask for your consent to say, yes, you have read and understood. So we would have your numbers and emails, but you would have accepted. And that's more about it. The Poppy Act is more about having details of customers who have also agreed that you must use them. If they haven't, why should you use them? And we want to work along those lines. It does impact, but not necessarily. We're not a sales company.
Excellent. We're just moving over to the questions from the chat now. I've got from Karinka. She asks, what is a POC?
POC is a proof of concept. So if I want to work with PPC, PPC Cement, if I have to work with them, they're a large enterprise. They wouldn't just take me once off right away. I'm still a small business, probably don't even have 2% of the reference they would want. So they would want to know, what are you talking about in real life? Can you show me what you're talking? When you say you use data and you do this, you create campaign, what do you mean in real life? Can I give you a contract for a month to show me what you mean? That's a proof of concept. So within that month, I'll be creating a campaign, doing everything as I presented as we started, to show them what I mean. If they see an advantage in that, in what I'm doing, then as we sign a contract. That's what I meant by POC.
All right, thank you so much. So Mohammed was the person who actually asked about the Poppy Act. Sorry about that. So Mohammed went again and asked, what is the high-level process to start collecting data to analyze the user's behavior on your website? Secondly, what are some of the tools and techniques that you use in your space, Mr. Banks?
Interesting. So let me use an example that I don't use now so that I don't get in trouble. When you look at Woolies, when you go to Woolworths now, they ask you for the rewards card and they give you rewards for using that product, that platform. What they are trying to do is to understand how customers are behaving in the market. When you walk into Woolies, you buy vegetables, you buy oranges, and you buy a pie, you buy chicken. What other guys within your LSM are doing? When looking in the data as a whole, you start to see trends. You see basket analysis of different trends. And when you see that a person comes and buy in the morning at Woolies, they come and buy bread, white bread or brown bread, milk and eggs. And then you see another opportunity of guys who come and buy white bread and milk only. So you can see within these guys who come and buy white bread and milk, there's an opportunity to sell them eggs, because there's a trend of other guys who buy white bread, milk and eggs. So within the data, you can now see opportunities within the business. It's all about understanding your customer behavior within your business. And that's what we do. When you look at a model we built for large corporation, like the one I mentioned before, we're trying to understand how customers are behaving and how they are moving. When they buy this product, our product, what else are they buying? And what else can we give them? Do we need to give them a discount? Are we competitor? Are we competitive in the market? Are we trying to? Is our product having so much quality and all of that? That's what we're trying to do. Understand customer pattern.
Okay. Gemotso is asking, how do business analysts who are not data analysts add value to the data science world without becoming BAs? The market seems to think that every BA must do SQL.
I like what you're saying, because I used to be in your position. Unfortunately, like I said, right, you don't have to know SQL. You don't have to know AWS. But here's the disadvantage. We are moving to a world of data. You will talk from insights that are generated by a data analyst or a data science guys who are in the background, all of that. If those guys are not there, you don't have a job, because you don't have any presentation to talk about. If those guys make a mistake, you are going to present all the incorrect information. If those guys are not there, you are not going to know how to scrap data or other alternative data to bring it together and present your stuff. Remember, your job is to stand out and solve the business problem. If you just rely on presenting the high-level stuff after the data is worked on, you are at a risk, because you can be substituted. Today, there's a Python, there's a Tableau. So when you have a Tableau, in a Tableau, you can standardize the dashboards. And that standardization of the dashboard is what a BA does. And then you get these background boys who scrape data and use MySQL and create Python. Those guys are still relevant today, because they need them to organize the data and load it into Tableau. Tableau just populate the report. Why would I need a BA? You should see that as a disadvantage to you. So if I was a BA and I don't have that skill, and I know maybe it might be difficult for me, I would advance it with something else. I would learn something else. Maybe I would learn AWS. I would learn something else that is simpler for me to learn, but I cannot rely on me just being a BA and not being a programmer, because that skill can be substituted easy by systems that are being developed now.
All right, we have another question here. So Mses is saying here, hi, Mr. Banks, I enjoy your content on LinkedIn and find it very
Feel
informative.
that.
I've been learning a lot of concepts in Python through YouTube and read practical book titled Python Crash Course by Eric. And then he's got a question, how can I ensure that I learn what matters and quickly shift into a space of offering data analysis, data science service to a customer, either starting as a freelancer than later to a firm?
I think you're already doing well, learning from YouTube and advancing your skills, advancing yourself from just advancing your Python skills and other things that you are learning. Using the book, I know which book you're reading. I mean, you're already in the right journey. You can't perfect these things. The mistakes these guys, most of the guys make is they want to know everything. You can't know everything because there's advancement consistently. When you think you have arrived, a new surge is coming. So I would say, as you learn this, what you're learning now, find yourself a company that you can now apply the skills or try and help other guys. Because when I started, I was helping people for free to help them use my skills. And that's how it grew. But find yourself using your skills that you are learning in a real world, in a real data system. And as you grow, you realize that you are doing more. And the more you get more problems, it will push you to learn more and advance yourself. You can't perfect it. I can't sit here and say I know everything. But what I can say is there's a consistent growth, consistent development. If I don't grow, I'm out of business. And if I don't apply my knowledge, I'm out of business, because what I'm talking about is not relevant to the business, to what's happening in the business world.
Marine asks, what books are you reading or have you read that completely changed your view on the world?
I like that. So I'm coming from statistics background. I majored in econometrics. Just like you guys, mostly we do the same thing. I'm from corporate, worked as a data analyst, data science, pricing analyst, BA, business analytics. I'm similar to what you guys are doing. What I learned apart from this is books that were mind awakening books. I don't know if this will be the same for you, but when I was listening to Robert Greene, he wrote a book called 48 Laws of Power, Mastery, 50th Law, The Laws of Human Nature. A book like The Laws of Human Nature makes you realize that we are all social animals. We connect through speaking, interaction. What we are doing now, this is how we connect, and this is how our value increase by communication. If you know computers, you know how to do maths and whatever, but you don't know how to talk with people, you already lost the game. So what I learned is things like that you learn how to live with everyone, understand people, understand each one's, try and understand where they're coming from before you judge anyone. And this is what will make us know how to live with each other. And if you check my LinkedIn, how I come about in my LinkedIn, I communicate with everyone as a human being, because that's the core of everything. If we were not social people, we wouldn't be able to grow in what we're doing. So I also learned from Les Brown. Les Brown talks about live your dream. Try something that you never thought you could do with your skills. You know, he says that he never thought that these things could happen to him. And things were just happening to him. When I heard that, I was like, wow, maybe this can happen to me. When I listened to Steve Jobs, he was like, it's not like we knew exactly how we're going to create it, but we just kept on going. And if you haven't found what interests you, keep looking until you find it. Because when you find what will make you happy, you'll live there. Your mind will live there until it becomes dominant. And when it's dominant, you'll find solution as you go, find solution as we go. You can see today I'm in a 240 square meter office. I can bet you in 3 years, if I'm consistent, I'm not in this type of office. I'm probably in a big skyscraper office in 3 years if I'm consistent. Because 3 years ago, I was in a restaurant or I was in a co-working space. you know. But if you become dominant in that mind, in that topic, or in that whatever you want to do, you become better. So those were the books that I read that made me shift and think differently. But when I connect with my skills in business analytics, I was able to think differently. And as I come in, I realize that even business analysts that are like me, they connect with me. You know, they hear me. Even if I'm coming as I'm an entrepreneur, they hear me. I just need to find a common ground that will make them understand where I'm coming from. And that's when we talk about data science, consumer analytics, and all of that. And that's how what changed my mind.
So just a question from Bongani. So Bongani is asking, how did you make the jump from corporate to starting up your company? What was the trigger?
Yeah. The trigger, I think I explained to you, Lesejo, first, that as much as I was working in corporate, I was doing media works outside, and I could see the growth from outside media. I mean, I worked with some of the personal brands that were not big then, but now they are international artists. Moonchild Sanelli, I was with her every day in 2015, 2014, 2016. Now she has a song with Beyonce. I'm part of that growth, part of that journey of developing the brand. And when I was outside, I could see my mind working in media. I could see myself, my skills working. When I come back here, you guys are telling me about VLOOKUP, and I'm doing VLOOKUP every day. But when I go out, I'm seeing myself sending an invoice. I'm seeing myself signing a deal with a big with a big brand for a personal brand. You know, I'm signing millions, and I come back here, you're telling me about VLOOKUP. When I tell you about ideas, you are laughing at me. I said, I don't belong here. I'm out. But also, the books I've been reading since matric. I listened to Steve Jobs since 2009. There's a video where he's advising, is it Harvard or Stanford? He's just talking about his life journey. That video, I played it for like 4 years until I left tax. And when I get out of tax, when I'm working at Massmart, I'm now reading more about Robert Kiyosaki. I'm reading Les Brown. And when it comes to jumping, I was already aware that this, as much as this is a 45,000 job after tax, what I carry in me is beyond this. I've seen $1 million in a weekend. I've seen an artist charging 50,000, 100,000, performing 2 days, 2 times a day on a Friday, 2 times on a Saturday, 2 times on a Sunday. And I saw how that made money, but also understanding how my skills were adding value to get these guys partner with brands. And I could see how in the future, I'll be able to apply data science. And I leveraged from that as well. I learned from that as well. And it was easy to make but my mother didn't like it. She didn't talk to me for 6 months. So quitting doesn't mean that it was gonna be easy. It was painful. I was done, man. I was out for 6 months. I was trying to find out. I mean, you would think because you are smart and you could pass in school. This is not school, man. This is not, it's like learning how to catch a taxi at CBD in theory. You know, when you get to CBD at 5 a.m. in the morning and you are walking from Hillbrow, then you will know what I'm talking about. Holding a laptop and you are wearing a suit. That's real life. And that's the same as entrepreneurship. You might know it in theory, in reality is different. So 6 months struggle, painful, but the heart to keep going and the mindset and the picture of thinking that one day I will make it, listening to Les Brown, and all these powerful guys. I mean, I respect everyone that I've read, Robert Greene, Steve Jobs, Jay-Z, and them. These guys were talking the truth. And I can't say it was easy, but for me, it was easy to quit. And I told my wife that I'm gonna go back in 6 months, but I was sure I'm not going back.
Thank you so much, Talifhani. I think I've never seen such a lot of questions, and we've been doing this.
Energy, man. That's when you know you belong, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think from our side as the Joburg region of the South African chapter of the International Institute of Business Analysts, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, I chanced you on LinkedIn and you didn't even think twice. I think thank you so much for coming to the party and sharing and dropping so many nuggets. And I think obviously what you've just seen means people want you back, and we definitely will make a plan to bring you back
Yes,
to
sir.
continue this conversation. So
Thank you so much.
and
Yeah,
thank you, Mr.
I also appreciate the platform. I think what you guys are doing here is amazing. But what I will never like lose sight on is it's the fact that I had to learn this from videos that I watch on YouTube. And these guys impacted me so much that I felt at the time that I need to do the same. When I listened to Steve Jobs sending that message, he was just talking to me. So you'll never know, I might spark a brain that will change the world, because greatness can be transferred. And I feel that was done to me, that was transferred to me, I can pass it on. So I'm always keen for this kind of platforms.
Thank you so much, and have a very good evening. Thank you so much,
Appreciate
everybody.
it.
Have a good
So much respect.
I'll touch side with you, Mr. Banks, just to.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.